The distinguished luminary, Sheikh Khalil bin Mustafa Qassimi al-Hasani, one of the pillars of knowledge in Algeria and North Africa, is the son of Sheikh Mustafa al-Qassimi, a national and religious figure of influence. He was born in 1930 in the esteemed Zawiya of El Hamel, a stronghold of knowledge and jihad. His father took special care of him, taking him to Hajj at the age of 5, and then he memorized the Holy Quran by the age of 13. He was taught by esteemed scholars, from whom he learned the sciences of language, jurisprudence, monotheism, and interpretation. Sheikh Abdul Hayy al-Ketani certified him in hadith, and he began teaching in 1948. Imbued with a national spirit, he issued a newspaper with a group of youth advocating for independence. As soon as the Algerian Revolution erupted, he hastened to join it, connecting with Commander Zayan Asher and Colonel Al-Hawaz. He established the first cell of the Liberation Army in the area. He was arrested and imprisoned in Barbarossa prison in 1956 and sentenced to death. He was released in 1958 and remained under pursuit, exile, surveillance, and forced residence until 1962. On the dawn of independence, he founded the first free institute in Algeria covering all 3 educational levels from primary to baccalaureate, dedicated to the children of martyrs and mujahideen. He brought teachers from Al-Azhar al-Sharif, making it a true university with over 1,000 students. Many of today's state officials are graduates of this institute, but it was closed by a governmental decree in 1975. He was appointed to the Islamic High Council and contributed with his pen to the newspaper Al-As and lectured at Islamic thought forums. Until he moved to France in 1985 as a preacher and lecturer in the Paris Mosque and the Diwan Mosque, trying to clarify the image of Islam as a religion of mercy, love, and peace, at a time when manifestations of violence and extremism had tarnished the image of the true religion in the West. He met many scientific and intellectual figures, such as the Orientalist Jock Burks, Professor Malik Banabi, Sheikh Mohammed al-Ghazali, and Dr. Mohammed Said Ramadan al-Bouti, who considered Sheikh Khalil a blessing from God to Algeria. Sheikh Khalil succeeded his uncle as the head of the Zawiya in 1987, focusing first on rebuilding the bridges of brotherhood and love among its followers, combating regional and ethnic ideology. He worked to activate the scientific role of the Zawiyas after they had been associated with negative connotations, founding the Rahmaniya League for the Scientific Zawiyas in 1989 and was elected as its president. After the political transformation that Algeria experienced and the crises of extremism and terrorism, he made sure to stay away from political and partisan conflict, despite the significant pressures exerted on him. He remained steadfast in his positions, thus presenting a bright image of a faithful and strong national figure. Khalil was a lover of the Arabic language, mastering it, knowing its principles, in addition to possessing the gift of eloquence and distinctive and rare delivery, which were elements of the strength of his impactful speeches. Among his most famous was his unique speech on the role of heavenly religions, which he delivered in front of Bishop Devol of Algeria in 1966. He visited several Arab countries, such as Morocco, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Palestine, and connected with their scholars. Despite his status and extensive knowledge, he refused many positions offered to him both domestically and internationally, preferring to work in the fields of education and guidance. And he remained a fighter in the fields of calling to Islam and defending the constants of the nation and uniting its ranks until he met Allah on the night of Friday, the 7th of Ramadan 1414 Hijri, corresponding to February 17, 1994. His funeral was a grand scene attended by thousands of mourners. This is a brief overview of the life of Sheikh Khalil, whose memory still lingers among many who have drawn from the wellsprings of his thought. It remains the duty of researchers to write the biography of this man in a manner befitting his stature and to support the Algerian heritage with what he has provided of compositions, speeches, and lectures that remain a testament to his dedication and devotion to serving his nation and people across generations.